Despite the financial windfall from fuel subsidy removal and massive government borrowings, Nigeria's indigenous contractors say the construction sector, the country's traditional economic stimulator, is being crippled by neglect. They claim the federal government owes them over 3 trillion naira, a debt that has stalled infrastructure projects and left thousands of workers without pay. The protest, which forced the House of Representatives to suspend plenary for a week, reflects growing frustration over what many see as misplaced fiscal priorities in the midst of record government revenue and borrowings. Trust TV's Ibrahim Ismail now reports.
For the second time this week, members of the Indigenous Contractors Association of Nigeria blocked the main entrance to the National Assembly in protest over unpaid contract funds for projects executed in 2024. The contractors say they are left with no option but to occupy the National Assembly until their money is paid. They accuse the government of neglect and bad faith, insisting that many of them are sinking under debt after completing projects for federal agencies. Some, like Ibrahim, say they have had to lay off workers after a month of waiting for payment that never came.
How will you hold somebody for 9-10 months without not paying him? You have other staffs that are working with you that you are going to pay, and they didn't pay you. How do you do? How do you survive? I have not less than 50 staffs in my company. I sacked some of them because I don't receive paid.
Others like Adebola Benson described the situation as unfair, warning that the continued delay is pushing small firms into bankruptcy.
So because of this, we've lost a lot of our properties to banks. Many of us are just hiding because banks, as we speak now, banks are waiting for some of our members at home just to grab them and take them to station or arrest them or harass them. So these are the things. Some of them cannot even pay school fees. Some of them cannot even pay their own grant rent that the minister himself is asking for.
Despite rising debts, the federal government continues to boast of improved revenue. In September, President Bola Tinubu said Nigeria had already met its 2025 revenue target.
We have met our target of revenue for the whole year. We met it in August. I've reviewed this morning. Non-oil.
Yet, just this week, he asked the Senate to approve another 1.15 trillion naira domestic loan barely 6 days after getting approval for a $2.3 billion external borrowing. That move has infuriated the Contractors Association.
By the weekend, we are writing to all embassies, starting from American Embassy, UK, Germany, China, Canada. We are writing officially to all of them. IMF, World Bank, places where Nigeria goes to borrow money. Let us tell them that the money they are borrowing, they are not using it for the proper projects. That is what will start by next week. And we are ready to the last. No going back.
Legal experts like Akula Kendo argue that the government's failure to pay verified debt violates contract laws.
We are ready to take on every legal method necessary to ensure that we get our money. We are merely demanding for a completion of our agreements. They have played their part, they are incurring liabilities. Furthermore, long term from here today, there are so many ripple effects that will affect not just them, but those that they have employed in their services. So stopping is not even an option. The government will have to meet up with the demands of the indigenous contractors of this country.
In the 2024 national budget, 9.99 trillion naira was allocated for capital projects out of 28.78 trillion naira total spending, but with over 3 trillion naira still owed to contractors questions remain about how the government is managing its capital expenditure and why those who built the projects are the ones now going broke. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Abuja.